Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today it's a whopping 2 degrees out, so we're going to head in the shop here. We got a little project we're going to work on today. Let's get to it. You can always tell it's cold outside when your doorknob has frost on like that. Alright, so today what we are going to work on is we're going to rebuild the oil pump for our hydraulics. Now this here will bolt into the engine of the Cub, and then the lines for the hydraulic unit bolt onto here and run to the hydraulics. What we need to do is take this gear off, take these two bolts out, and split this thing in half. There's some O-rings inside. There's a O-ring around this area here, and there's an O-ring in underneath this gear. Shouldn't be too bad. It's gonna be the first one I've ever done, so hopefully it turns out. I'll get you guys set up on the tripod in here. We'll get to it. Alright guys, so we got the pump here. Got all of our tools laid out. What you need for this is a 9/16 to take the nut off for this gear. I already took that off because that was about a 40-minute process. You guys might have gotten bored with that. So then you need a 1/2 inch that you take your two bolts out with. I already pre-loosened them, so we'll just pull them out. And your pump comes apart. Got your shaft with your one gear on. And on this side you got these two you just wiggle them out. Lay them down just how you take them out. And there's a spring retainer. And then down inside of each, get out your light here, inside of each one of these holes, there's an O-ring and a flat washer. Just take those out, set them aside, and then inside of here there's a groove, and there is an O-ring in there. And that O-ring likes to leak, which causes hydraulic fluid to get into your engine. So with this being a used pump, we are going to put it in. You want to take care when getting it out, because you don't want to mar up this surface at all. So I just kind of get it a little bit with the pick. See how I just stabbed it inward? And I just pushed it in. That's all there is to that part. And on this one, all you have is the O-ring that sits in there, this gear, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get them out or not, but we can just inspect them with them down in there. We can see that everything looks good. We're going to take and we're going to clean everything up good. And now with this gear, when you take this off, you have your nut, there's a flat washer, your gear, and then there's also this little Woodruff key in there. Now it all comes in the new kit, so everything you need is there. Also, these O-rings come with it, and then there's the gasket for here for mounting to the engine, and the gasket for mounting it to the touch controls. I got my kit from Steiner. It is an IHS 3479. Comes in a nice little package like that. As you can see, you got these white ones here, the fiber washers. There's two different sizes, and then there's two different size O-rings. Just match them up with what you had. This one here is the thin ones. And then also, on some of your, on different models, this might not be an O-ring. There might be an actual oil seal in there. That is an additional part you do have to order from Steiner. It does not come in the kit. So if yours has that, just keep that in mind. Also, to know what kit you need, or if the kits are going to work, let's see if we can get this to focus on here. Right here on the casing, you can kind of see it, but not really. Those are your part numbers. And if you go on their website or give them a call, they will help you get the right one. So we'll get this stuff cleaned up and get back to putting it back together. Alright, so we have everything all cleaned up, laid out here. This is all the new parts. And now, like I was talking about, the thick and the thin fiber washer and the O-ring, as you can see, there's quite a difference between them. So this one here had the thin ones in, so these thick ones we do not need, so we can get rid of those. Then you got your seal for in between the two pieces. The blue ones go for your lines. This brown one is the one that goes inside of here. Then you got your new woodruff key, a new nut, and this piece must be something that's not used on all of them. This little piece of rubber is supposed to go in between these two pieces here, but as you can see, there's no groove. There was not one in there, so I kind of looked through the description with this, and it didn't really talk too much about that, so I'm thinking that was just something that was on certain models, because this kit covers 6 different pumps. So let's get to putting it together. Okay, so first one I'm going to put in is this little brown one that goes inside of here. I did put some oil on it to try and help it to get in there, because it is pretty tight fit. You want to be pretty careful with these so you don't cut them. Take your time at it so you don't, like I said, so you don't cut it, so you don't mess it up. It will go in. You want to make sure that it gets in there. It is a tight fit for your finger if you got big fingers, but it will go in there. Just like that. And see, can you see? Yep, you can see it's down in the groove there, all the way around. And that's what we're looking for. So now that that's in, now we just take, you reassemble it how it came apart. There's a fiber washer goes in, the O-ring goes in, one on each side. And this piece sits down in there. You just push them in, and that's that. Now on this one, you have this gear goes in here. This gear goes in here. You have your O-ring. It goes in the groove. Make sure you got everything in there that needs to be in there. All that we have left now is the gear the washer, the woodruff key and the nut, and the 2 bolts put it together. So everything should be in there. Make sure those are sitting nice and flat on there. And maybe we'll put a little oil on that shaft too, just so it slides past that O-ring maybe a little bit easier. Okay, so here's something to look at, guys. Now, this needs to be on this side. This needs to be on this side because this is directional as to which way it sits on here. And you just take and you let's hold this up here. You should be able to spin that. Then you got your 2 bolts go in. Tighten those up nice and tight. And you can put this loosely in your vise, which I will do later. And then all you do, put your woodruff key in. Get that on there so you can get your washer in there. Let's see. And just start tightening that down. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that gear will bottom out once it's tight. So just hold it with your pliers. Now I know this was really tight when I took it off, so I'm going to tighten it good. Because this actually sits inside your engine, and that drives off your engine, which is what turns this pump. And you don't want that falling off inside your engine. So now all we got to do, tape this off. We're going to tape this off. We're going to hang this thing up, give it a paint job, put it on the tractor. It's just as simple as that, guys. Hey, as always, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Leave me some comments if you got any questions about this. It's the first one I've ever done, so it wasn't too hard. Also, hit the subscribe button. Hit that little bell so you get the notification when we get new videos out. As always, guys, catch you next time.